So here's a few questions about the Quran for Muslims. To The Shia and the Abadi and the Sunnis are against ISIS. I greet you as a fellow Arab, part Arab, um, and this is not out of. This is just questions, honest dialogue. To the psychotic people out there who are just crazy, I guess I'm gonna argue with you anyway. So here goes. One, why does the Quran actually defend the Catholic understanding of the Trinity from other heresies? Why does the Quran explicitly describe and endorse the Trinity, the Catholic Trinity, Nicene Trinity, in Surah 4, Ayah 171? Why does all the flora, fauna, and geography match Palestine when these surahs and ayahs were supposed to be revealed in Yathrib, which is Medina, and a city that was apparently Mecca, a few hundred miles to the south of Medina in the Hijaz? Why does the speaker of the Quran, or the speaker of the Quran, why did it seem he's speaking to people inside the Byzantine Empire or the Ghassanid kingdom, and not in the Hijaz, southern Hijaz area? Why is there no mention of Mecca, only Baqa, which is a valley, which, again, southern Palestine? When it talks about the house that Abraham built with his son. Also, here's another question. Why does, this is the thing that always got me. If you read the Quran, you have to already know, you've had to already have read the Bible, the Old and New Testament. In fact, the Quran repeatedly tells the reader or the hearer to read the Torah and the Injil, which the Torah actually can mean the entirety of the Old Testament, and the Gospel during the 5th, 6th, 7th century actually referred to the New Testament, or at least solidly 5 books out of that. And we know which ones those are. Whenever I hear people say, well, the Quran says the Torah and the Injil and the Psalms are corrupted, the passages say that they've corrupted them with their tongues and their commentaries. It never says the scriptures themselves, the Kitab, is corrupted. In fact, it repeatedly says that they will not be corrupted. Moving on. Here's another one. Why does, in the Quran, there's multiple times, I think 3 within Surah 19 Al-Maryam, where Jesus says, blessed is the day that I was born, and that I will die, and that I will be raised back to life again. Many translations say resurrected. raised back to life. Right? Okay. Second, the Hadith. Why does I have a copy of Sahih Bukhari, the first 4 volumes, and I have Sirat Rasulullah, which is the first biography of Muhammad. Bukhari, this collection comes 300 years after the beginning of the Islamic era, and Sirat Rasulullah comes 200, not 150, because Ibn Ishaq's work is non-existent. But we have Ibn Hisham's recension. Why does basically almost, at least the vast majority of Sahih al-Bukhari, at least the first 4 volumes, seem to contradict the Quran? It seems like it's crazy. I'm just wondering that. Like, also, I'd like to hear from Quranists as well. Why does Al-Tabari and Ibn Hisham both mention the satanic verses thing? I thought that was something that Salman Rushdie made up. And then you also have Al-Waraqi mentioning the satanic verses, that Muhammad gave permission to the Quraysh that if they became Muslim, they would still be able to hold on to Manat, and Al-Uzza, some pretty fierce goddesses, like the extreme form of Minerva, Hera, and Venus. Also, why does every external source that people who are not connected to each other, don't speak the same language, whenever they mention the founder of Islam or the prophet of Islam or Muhammad, they mention that he was in Palestine? Why are the Muslims for the first 200 years never referred to as Muslims? They, in their writings, refer to themselves as al-Mu'minin, the believers, and other people refer to them as Saracens, Hagarites, Ishmaelites, Arabs. Why were there early crosses on all the early Islamic architecture and coins as well? From Muawiyah all the way up to Abdul Malik bin Marwan, the guy that built the Dome of the Rock. Also, why does the Quran and the Dome of the Rock and everything seem as if it's a reaction against the form of Christianity that's in the Byzantine Empire at the time? Like, iconography was fine in Islam for a long time, right? But when it was only during the time when the Byzantines were iconoclast. As soon as the Byzantines let up and became iconophiles, coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, the Muslims become hardcore iconoclasts, not allowing images of animal or man. Did not Iblis do right by not bowing to Adam, a creation? I mean, if there's any argument for images to be used in worship, certainly bowing down to a man, a flesh and blood that poos and stuff like that,